Okay. Okay. Hey, hey. Hey, hey. All right. I think we're close here. All right. Yeah. Don't you love it? I love live streaming. Okay, here we go. It's so good. So good to be with you guys. Okay, here we go. Here we go. Now, let's just see. Let's see if we've got some Okay, I think we're going. I think we're going. So okay. Yeah, it's been a while since I've done a live stream, and so working through all kinds of crazy things. You guys know, and you know how it is. But it's always just a glorious pleasure to be with you guys. So we're gonna get in the groove here. But welcome aboard. Sorry for the delay. And if any of you guys have ever done any traveling, you know when you get on the plane and you don't know what's going to happen. So welcome everybody. So like I said before, if you could read lips, you would know what I just said. But I am so excited to be able to be with you today. This is Simeon from PraiseTracks.com, and I've done reviews using the UVI engine of VI Labs pianos and other instruments, acoustic samples instruments. They all use the UVI engine, but this is the first time that I've ever experienced one of their own libraries, and this is their World Suite 2. My first experience with their World Suite products, and I've just been having so much fun diving in and experiencing these instruments. And so we are going to do what I would call a 20,000 feet flyover because there are so much into these libraries. It is just crazy. They've done so much, and so we're going to. There's some. We're just going to look through some of these, and let me just see what we can do here. Okay. There we go, and there we go. Okay, so as we can see with these, it's grouped into regions. So we're going to open up. I'm going to hide the keyboard here so we can make sure that we can see everything here. Okay, man. Okay, here we go. So the UVI engine is pretty straightforward. And so you have the browser, and when you open the browser, and you can see so many other wonderful libraries here, but when you click on World Suite 2, it's going to bring up all the different categories by region, by type, loops and phrases. There's tens of thousands of loops and phrases here, travelers and vocals. But what I thought we would do is just start at the top and just kind of go through some of these. And for me, it'll be my first experience listening to some of these. And but what is interesting is that, let's say Africa. So you have the listing of instruments, and you see WS2 beside some of the titles. And so that tells you, excuse me, that tells you that it's from World Suite 2, so it's a brand new instrument. I think they've included about 48 different brand new sampled instruments in World Suite 2, which is really cool. Okay, so here we are. So let's just go to Africa, and we'll pull up let's just pull up some guitars just to kind of warm up. I mean, I just need to get chill, a little bit chilled here, and you know what's going to happen. You hear those release samples, and pretty cool. And what takes me is the just the response. And I'm using the SL88, the Studio Logic SL88. I've been using this for about a month or so, and it's just very buttery. So I can play soft, and that's the key for me. I want to be able to have that expression, because that is what will pull out ideas. And you hear those release noises, and you have key switches down here that this is just, it selects different guitars. So you've got a steel guitar. And you hear those strings. I hear some didgeridoo in here somewhere. I've got several things loaded up here. Oh, you know what it is? It's the yeah. So I actually have the African Traveler loaded, and so when I hit the sustain pedal, it's pulling it up. Well, while we're here, let's just check out the Traveler, so the Traveler will take several different sounds, and it's like an ensemble where it combines like loops and different things. So that's kind of fun. And then each loop is tied to a key. It's transposed. So that's kind of fun to give you some nice beds and backgrounds. And you can roll the dice, and it will randomize the selection of each of the parts. You've got 6 different parts. So let's just roll the dice and see what happens. Yeah. And then you can save that as a preset if you want to. Yeah, so that's kind of fun. That's kind of fun. Okay. So we're back to Africa. Oh, wow. Okay, so that's some of the guitars there. And the browser's, pretty easy to get around. And so you've got the roots guitar. And what's amazing, I am just so amazed at the different types of guitars. So you've got a guitar, but then in this World Series, you've got so many variations, different sizes, and they all have different tones. So this is the Roots African guitar. Yeah, you hear that? And I get in the way of the key switches if I go down too far, but and you hear those little sounds there. Okay, so let's just go on. Let's see what else we've got in Africa. Short guitars. So you've got some short guitars. So this is a like another nylon guitar. Yeah, so it's a lot smaller. Almost like a ukulele. And they're restricted to the range, like the playable ranges, so it, yeah, it's just got some nice spice in there. When you hear some of these instruments, you can really hear, you almost could just immerse yourself in some of these atmospheres. So this is some large drums. Okay, so wow, this is cool. So they got the keys kind of split. Yeah, that's cool. So key switches kind of give you some different variations. Yeah, and I'm trying to make sure I mute my mic so you don't get a lot of the keyboard sounds, but you've got some nice drums here. Okay. And, while we're going through this, please subscribe. And if you have any questions, just let me know. And so these are processed. So you've got natural drums and you've got processed drums. So they're a little bit bigger sounding, a little more reverb. That's pretty cool. And you can hear those effects there. Okay, here we go. Let's keep going here. Okay, we got some more African percussion. We got a djembe. So you got flams. Okay, that's pretty cool. And then the key switches, once again, give you some different variations on that. Okay. And these are still a part of the original World Suite. So, man, let's just go up to the kalimba. So this is a W2. So this is going to be a brand new instrument for this, and this is the bassi kalimba. And so let's take a listen. Okay, so they give you some chords here. Yeah, so they're kind of... Yeah, that's kind of interesting. So you can just kind of play around. One thing that I like is that you'll see all of the different... we'll see, I'll point over here. It's like being in like the weather forecast. So if you look down at the interface, it just shares a very simple but powerful interface to be able to alter the sounds. You've got sounds over the timbre, so it just kind of filters things out. You've got like a transient shaper type of thing with the kalimba. And so you've got different velocity curves, and you know that I love that little dip and the envelopes, and the equalizer is interesting. I think there's 48 brand new instruments, and they've really done some really big sampling in some of these. So the equalizer, you've got the mid frequency, and this is a sweepable. So you can sweep that frequency a little bit in that mid-range. And then you have the reverb section. It has like plates and all that type of thing available for you. Let's see, you've got concert halls, large halls, and a woody room. So just all kinds of different convolution effects for that reverb here. Okay, so chords, verbs. So this is another preset with just... where they've kind of processed it a little bit. Just very clear sound. Yeah, we're not going to Asia quite yet. Okay, so we might be having some... Okay, and I hope you guys are still seeing me out there. Looks like we've got a lot of traffic out there today. Okay, so let's go. Okay, bamboo, a bamboo sax. Okay, wow, now that's going to be interesting. got different articulations with the key switches. That's kind of fun. Okay, all right. Let's go on. Let's just try one more here. So this is like a, okay, so it's almost like a harp. Jongi Donso, I think that's what you call it. Yeah, so it's almost like a, so you got short notes. Wow, that's pretty cool. Okay. So, yeah, we've got a lot of ground to cover, and it's exciting. So this is another type of kalimba, the sanza. So that's interesting. Okay, so let's go to Asia, and let's just start with the erhu from, and this is going to be a brand new instrument for World Suite 2. So, you know, when I was listening to this earlier, it's a stringed instrument, but it's got a very unusual character to it. So let's take a listen. And I've selected the wheel version. That way we can use the modulation to control the dynamics. So let's take a listen to this. It sounds like a violin crossed with a flute somehow. It just has that really unusual, very unusual. And this is the legato mode, so it transitions, the notes kind of transition smooth. And this is, okay, so this is the vibrato. So you can have it straight and then switch to the vibrato. So that gives it a little more flavor. So this is the spiccato. And you hear it kind of. So it's really cool. Really cool sound here. Let's go to the other key switch here. So it's a pizzicato. They've got a nice big reverb on there. Yeah, that's nice. Okay, let's see what the last one is. Okay, so you've got a trill. Having those key switches really make it a lot of fun to get that little extra expression. One side note on the joysticks. So when you're using the joysticks on the SL88, You really, for me, to get the precise control, you really have to grip it a little bit firm. Because the throw of the joysticks are pretty short, so it just lets you. Yeah, that's cool. So it just gives you some control. Now with the XYs and the mods, it's not as critical as it would be if you just have it doing pitch wheels, pitch bends. Okay, so the man, the Georgian. So this is another one of their newer instruments, and it looks like man, it almost looks like a dulcimer and a harp type of sound instrument. So let's take a listen. You know, I want to address that in a, you know, because I think this is an important, this is a real important thing. So, okay, let's see if I can get over here. Okay, so someone asked, okay, so I wonder what a player of those instruments would think of messing with them. For sure, they use them in another way. And that is one of the main things for me is the challenge of learning. You know, one thing that virtual instrument libraries cannot do is teach you how to play them. And for most of us, we do not have the background of knowing the history and the culture and the way that most of these instruments were played originally, or how they would be played originally. And so it's a great challenge. It's a great challenge for me because you know what, it makes me want to learn more about these. I want to learn more about these instruments because that's the only way that you're going to be able to relate to them in a realistic and have more context. Because you want to honor the history, you want to honor the culture where these musical instruments have come from, because some of these are thousands of years old, and it gives us a great responsibility to be able to make sure that we learn more. And I've only had been experiencing this library with these instruments for just for about less than a week, to be honest. And but it's intriguing. It's very challenging, and I think that's what music is all about. It's about learning, and you know, my Western influences are going to affect how I play these, because that's my I guess my lexicon of music that's stored here. When I hear notes or when I play instruments, it's going to trigger certain things. And so that's why it's so important to make sure that you learn some more about some of these instruments. So that's yeah, and I just thank UVI for taking this opportunity to give us these rare instruments. It's just very cool. It's a very educational experience for me. So yeah, but this, see, that's that you know, that pentatonic type of scale. You hear that depth, and you just hear a nice richness in that. Listen to that. And the other side of that coin is, why not use instruments in unconventional ways too? You know, because that's what sparks creativity and brings something new. You hear that richness there, and you know, just right out of the box, these sound very good, very full. Yeah, let me do this too. I'm going to just stretch this out a little bit. Been having a little bit of glitchiness, but it's all good. Okay, let's just go back. Let's go back here. And let's just keep going. I love that depth of this. That's pretty cool. Yeah, that's what sound does to me. It just kind of it just hits different triggers, so this is kind of a variation on that same instrument. Interesting. Really interesting. Okay. So you've got some miscellaneous percussion. Let's just kind of play with that a little bit. Yeah, so you've got little different hits. Little bells and yeah. That's really cool. And so they give you a dry version and then more processed version here. Okay. Yeah, music, you never stop learning. You never stop learning. You never stop exploring because there's so much out there. The koto. Yeah, and you have different techniques, the sweep. I hope it's coming across on the video how very crisp and full these instruments are. You know, I don't know how many round robins are included, but I'm hearing a lot of things happening with when I'm playing the velocities and different things. So I'm sure that there are a bunch of stuff. There's a bunch of stuff going on under the hood. Oh yeah, here we go. So you have a lot of those different techniques, the shakuhachi, and so you have a lot of those different playing techniques, which let you really get that expression, those overblown. And I've got this once again attached to the mod wheel. Man, that's really cool. Very nice. You know, I mentioned earlier about the SL88. The thing is, it just feels buttery. That's the only term that I can think of, because it's just because you can because of the weight, of the let's see, because of the weight of the instrument, you can really kind of get into some nice expression. So the keys are weighted. They're weighted, so it gives you a little bit of weight, and so when you're playing and laying into some of these, it just helps you to be able to kind of not have to play so hard to get those soft notes, but then you can really lay into it. This is some taiko drums. I'm all into getting the most expression as you can. I really had a bad experience a long time ago. Let's see, with I was playing a keyboard. It was a keyboard that it was an outdoor event, and I was trying to play piano with it, and it was like I was sitting there trying to play and get the sound out, get more sound out, and it was like it wasn't happening. It just wasn't happening, and I was thinking, well, if I play harder, then it's going to sound better. But then the harder I played, I just literally, you almost injure yourself, because that's the way we as musicians, when we play something, we want to feel that feedback, and I wasn't getting it. And so that's why it's so critical to get a keyboard that can connect with you. So when you're playing softly, it responds to what you're playing. And that's it was a painful experience. And so anytime somebody said, well, we have this type of keyboard, I said, no, we're not using that. I don't want to use that, because it's bad news, So it's very important. Very important. So, okay, but what I've been feeling, the SL88 so far has been a fantastic experience. Okay, mate, let's go to Australia here. So, pardon my attempts at accents here. So this is some Aboriginal drums, and they give you just some different articulations here. Yes. In fact, I think it was 2005, someone said they used the Kauai VPC-1. And I was actually able to use one of their digital pianos on one of my first recording releases. And I really loved that keyboard, because they used like an actual action there. So this is some yeah. Wow. So these are actually triggering some types of, different performances. Yeah, and it's going to take, if you get into a library like this, it takes time to go in and explore all of the different things and how it's going to relate to how you put things together. So this is one of the brand new instruments, the didgeridoo. And didgeridoo is a fun instrument to say, and you can tell by the loading that this is a pretty large library. And while we're taking a break here, waiting for this and I actually do have this on an NVMe, an M.2 drive. So, yeah. Here we go. So let's go back and the didgeridoo. Now, if those of you who ever seen a didgeridoo, it's just these long, hollow bamboo, wooden, hollow pipes of different sizes, and you gotta take a listen to that. So these are going to have different planes. Yeah, different playing styles mapped across the keys. And I can see by the the memory usage, it's over 1.2 gigs of loaded in here. So each key has a different. So this is tuned to the key of C. Now the key switches will take it up chromatically. So all of these different techniques are scaled. Yeah. So these are good for drones and things to underlay. Yeah, it's very unusual. Yeah, very rhythmic, and yeah, that's pretty cool. And probably the reason for the huge the size of this particular sound is the length of each sample, because you're getting like a full performance when you're holding down. Yeah, so it's looped a little bit, but you're getting some really cool long performances captured there. Okay, and the jaw harp. Growing up, I actually had one of those. My grandma. Okay, so my family history is from like the Appalachians, and some of the if I remember correctly, some of the Ambergies, they were actual dulcimer. They built dulcimers, and I think some were even presented to the Smithsonian. So somewhere in my history, there's a lot of music there. But I remember when my grandma Williams had a jaw harp, and I picked it up and I almost popped my teeth out with it, because you clench that between your mouth, and you're pulling that, so you're using your whole mouth and jaw as a resonator, and you're pulling this piece of metal, and it's just. So I'd rather play this. And you've got key switches up here. And since it is in your mouth, you can actually almost do like formants and that type of thing to create vowels. Yeah. Yeah, that's a really interesting sound. Wow, that's amazing. So they give you a dry and a processed version of that. Okay, so this next section, the Celtic. Now the Celtic is really going through some of these was one of my favorite parts. The Celtic guitars. So, and I love the artwork because it helps to transport you in. I say that sample libraries are destinations, and no more is it true than when you're literally flying into these beautiful areas of our world and experiencing the traditional instruments from these regions. So this is just the Celtic guitar. So let's just take a listen. Yeah. That's nice. Okay, so let's just take a look Okay, you got a 12-string guitar here. And you hear that fret noise, and just making sure the sound is going right. But you hear those fret noises. You have control over the volume and the releases, and then you can just shift that timbre a little bit, darken it or brighten it. Yeah. Wow. Okay, so I have some friends. Excuse me. I've had some friends joining me. You'll see, and they specifically requested that if we had some bagpipes, that we would take a look at those. So here we go. This is some bagpipes. And this is the first time that I've experienced the World Suite bagpipes. So here we go. Yep, there we go. There they are. And okay. Okay, so you've got the key switches that are going to give you the grace notes. You've got different types. There we go. Yeah, some very high bagpipes. That's pretty cool. Yeah, with all the travel restrictions and stuff, it's just, nothing dries your throat out as much as an airplane, because it can really dry you out. Okay, so these are the Julian pipes. And having all the different articulations really helps. Yeah, it's really, really interesting. And I love the way that they can, you can do all the key switching and things. And once again, you've just got to get in there and learn what you have. Mainly with things like this, it's just to kind of give you a taste and an overview. And if one of these, kind of sparks something in you, then it's just, that's what we want to do, is I want to be able to just let you experience some of what I'm experiencing, and hopefully it'll spark something in you if it's something that you need. So, oh, wow. So these are the whistles. So let's look at the, yeah, penny whistles. Yeah, so you've got some staccatos, some glissando, tin whistle. Okay, so let's go back to the penny whistle. Okay. I like that. And you can do those little trills and grace notes. I like that. What a fine, fresh scent. For those of you who remember that. Okay. Oh, let's see. So this is a harmonica. Now this will be interesting. Wow, I like that. That's kind of cool. And let's see. Yeah, you've got two different harmonicas here for this patch. So that's more of a chorus sounding. And that's more of a straighter there. Okay, wow. Let's see. And you've got a pad, like a pad. Let's check that out. So they've done some things with the envelope generator there to kind of make it more like a pad. That's interesting. Okay. Thanks, guys, for hanging in there with me and going on this journey with me. I love it. I love doing this. It's just so fun. Okay, so this is some harps. And let's check out what the key switches are down here. So you've got different hard, played hard, and yeah, a nice smaller harp here. And then, yeah, some glissandos and strums. And then pick. Yeah. Okay, and some effects. Yeah, so you can throw some of those in between. Now, and listen to that ring. It's just got a nice ring and release to it. Okay. So this is more like a lute. Yeah. Yeah, so you've got, let's find the, some just different effects. I like that. I like that. Okay, and a bouzouki, an Irish bouzouki. Wow. Okay, yeah, and this is the one with a big long neck, and it's big at the bottom. Little mute. Ghost notes. You know, someone said, who is better, UVI or Contact? And I tell you, they both have strengths and both have weaknesses. And being that this is a world suite, I've got to be very diplomatic because they each have their own. Like I said, you know, with libraries you have platforms, and platforms, you know, the workflows are a little different, and you know, I've had to really adjust some things with my workflow with the UVI engine. But you know, once you learn how it works, it's just like with DAWs or different things. It's like whatever you feel comfortable with, and the only way that you're going to know is to experiment with the different platforms. You know, Contact has really established itself as a very ubiquitous sample library player, and I think UVI is doing a great job as well. Yeah, I think they're doing a great job. And what I've just seen just from the surface with UVI, I think they're very responsive to the users, and so it's just really exciting to just get to learn more about UVI as a company, and get to hear and experience more of those libraries. And just a heads up, we're going to be getting into some more. So so stay tuned. Make sure you're subscribed. So this is the European. So we're into Europe now, and this is like a double bass. Well, let's just go ahead and check out the new instruments, WS2 instruments. So this is the contrabass. It's a panduri, so it's almost like an upright. Yeah, you hear that nice warm bottom on that. And I'm not adjusting controls you know, I know that you saw earlier, I do have playlist writer in the audio output, but no EQ. Just want to make sure we have consistent levels and that type of thing. A lot of people ask if I ever do processing and that type of thing. And I really try to stay away from doing any kind of post-processing other than volume maximization, because I want you to be able to hear honestly and transparently as much as possible what the instruments are doing. I know YouTube and different platforms, they really kind of process the audio after the fact, but I want to make sure that you guys are hearing the best that I can give you here. Okay, so let's just keep going with the with European. Yeah, but just listen to that. Just nice and warm and round. Now, that was the bright. Now, let's just pull the dark. Yeah, I can hear a difference in that. Yeah, it's got a little bit of different flavor there. Okay, so let's go. All right. Okay, the duduk. So this is okay. So this is like it's a wind instrument. The duduk. It's almost like a soprano sax to me. Just my first impression. You hear the air. So you've got the straight, then you've got the vibrato. So you can bring that vibrato in and out with the duduk. Okay. And you have control over velocity and the wheel. And then let's pull up the true legato. I'm interested to hear what that sounds like. Yeah, so that legato is nice and smooth. Nice and smooth. Okay. The panduri. Yeah, we already did we do the panduri? No. So this is another really interesting stringed instrument. So you've got some major second. Yeah, some down, minor seconds. So you've got down and up, different minor seconds, down and up. Yeah, so that gives you some fun things to play with, the different articulations there. Okay, so you've got a rhythm, panduri. And, okay. Oh, okay, so let's just see. Okay, so now this is interesting because they have something with the flamenco. So these are loops and rhythms that are triggered if you look down at the keys. The yellow keys will trigger the chords, and the white keys will trigger the different articulations. So let's just and then you've got a dry, a doubled. Let's just do the doubled, and I'm going to just do this. You can change chords. Now, I've got my tempo currently set at 120. So let's just see what happens if I go to 80. And I'm sure it's going to follow. Yeah. So the engine will follow your tempo that you're using in your DAW. Okay. Okay. Okay, okay, I think I switched something. There we go. So let's just hear here's some more of these. Okay, so like this is, now, yeah. So each of these keys, you've got different playing styles. You've got 3 different playing styles. But you've got major and minor chords only. So that's kind of fun. That's kind of fun. So you get those actual rhythmic playing styles. So this is a tremolo. Yeah. Okay. Yeah. So these are. Okay. So you can do. Let's see. You've got different. let's see, let's do 30 seconds. Okay. So I'm sorry, it seems like we're just having some connection, so I apologize. But we've got the balalaika there, and I like that we have the tremolos kind of built into one of the key switches. So you've got major and minor keys chords there on that. So okay. Well, so where do we want to go to next? Okay, now this is a Salamuri, and this is a new one in World Suite 2. You have all types of different recorder type wind instruments. Wow. Okay, so the accordion. Now this is another new for WS2. Okay, let's take a listen. You've got different types of accordions in the registers. You've got the high register. That's really cool. Just real nice, and you hear the richness. I keep using that word a lot, rich. There's just richness. It's almost just like you know, when you go out to eat, you have you order a steak and you get a really good steak, and because there's meat on the bone, and so that's what I'm hearing here. There's a lot of real nice richness. And then you've got the bass register. Wow, very nice. Okay, so let's move on. And you can just look and see all of these amazing instruments here. Wow, we've got to move on. So we're just going to touch on some of these other ones real quick. The Shahai Baja, yeah, it's just amazing. So these are. And it's going to really, again, make me go in and look at a lot of these different instruments to learn more about them. And it looks like they have, it's almost like a keyed instrument of some type that kind of plucks the plucks the strings. The tabla, just take a listen. Now this is in the original. So different pitches, different pitch tablas there. Just layering those, and let's just pull up the Indian Traveler here, and just see. Yeah, so we've got the Indian Traveler, and let's take a listen. And each part has a different loop and percussion. And you can drop this down and see all the different styles in there. Yes, some of them, yeah. And again, you can roll the dice. That selects a different, yeah, and going through the Travelers and going through some of those loops, it lets you kind of hear more in context what these instruments sound like together. Okay, let's go back to region, and let's just see what we've got. The dole. Now this is kind of like another percussive. But see, you notice that you have different playing styles. And you've got to just go in. And find out what triggers what when you get in there. Okay. Okay. So. Let's see, where are we? We're in South America. Well, let's just hit while we're here. Okay, so nothing new in Indonesia. The Middle East has got like this mandolin. Yeah. So you've got to make sure you trigger that. So if you're right before you hit the note. That's really nice. So that's just like a mandolin. Then you've got a mandolin harp. And it looks like it has a like a tremolo speed there. So that adjusts that when you have the yeah, so you can assign that tremolo speed, and it looks like it probably already caught the it caught my expression pedal. So what just happened by accident was when I clicked MIDI learn, I touched my expression pedal, and so now what happens is when I go full volume, it's going to increase the tremolo. So watch. So that's kind of a little surprise, but that gives you a little cool expression. Just another way of expressing it. So the tremolos don't have to be just one speed, because as the dynamic increases, so you can latch it to another controller to increase the speed of the tremolo as you're increasing the dynamic. So that just adds another layer of expression, which is really cool. Okay, so you've got the mandolin tremolo. Yeah, again, very nice. Okay, so we've got Middle East percussion. Okay, so the Oriental Ensemble, these are a set of loops of of live performances. They had this string ensemble record these really beautiful phrases and things. So let's just kind of listen through some of those. Yeah. So all these are mapped out. So you can get lost in exploring these. So, and they also mapped them chromatically. So you go from C to B. So chromatically, they will play. So you've got this and this different pattern. Every C will start a different pattern. And so you can play chromatically within the scale that is defined here. Yeah, so that gives you some really fun performances, and I'm going to double check, but I'm thinking, oh man, okay, so that's what's happening here. Is that it is tied into tempo. So let's go to 80, just something a little bit different. Yeah, we don't want the we're not in. We are in Australia. No, we're in the Middle East. Yeah. Yeah, so it does follow your tempo. It does follow your tempo there. Oh man, where are we here? Yeah, I think I must have hit something. There we go. Yeah, when you know what the correct tempo, the original. Okay. So this says, well, it says right here, 75 beats per minute. So let's just go ahead and put this at 75 beats per minute, and yeah. Yeah, that sounds. Yeah, so that's another thing. You've got to make sure that your tempos are in the right place. So let's go to let's just go to Persian at 140 BPM. Okay, yeah. So let's go to 140 BPM, and this is the Persian ensembles. Yeah, yeah. Yeah. Wow. Yeah, and see down here you have some. Let's see. Let's find where the key switch. Okay, so you've got strings 1 to 5. So you have 5 patterns that are spaced out, and then the key switch will take it to patterns 6 through 10. Again, all spaced out on the keyboard. Yeah. Okay. Wow, this has been a wild ride for sure, but very fun. Very fun. Oh wow, the kanun. Let's look at the kanun. This is a new, again, a new WS2 World Suite 2 library. Oh, wow. Okay. You've got that dynamic control. Now let's take a look at what so the key switches are, okay. So you've got the glissandos. Yeah. Yeah, that's interesting. But very cool. Yeah, so this is over a gig. This Kunan is over, let's see. No, it's about 111 megabytes loaded there. Someone asked if I've tried Ethno World 6 before, and no, I have not. This is actually a new experience for me. Getting into some of these more detailed this is a saz. Wow, that's amazing. Okay. Amazing. Okay. So let's just take a look at the Turkish percussion, which is new to World Suite 2. So you have just a wide variety of percussion sounds there. Amazing. Okay. So Occidental. So this is like in the Alps. So this is the Alp horn. Ricola. Now that's an unusual sound. And just very far off. Let's just see. Let me just increase some of this. Just very mysterious, very distant. Staccatos. that's got a very nice tone to it. So we've got the Alphorn pad. So they play around with the release samples on the Alphorn that make it very nice. And that's new to World Suite 2. Yeah, the banjo. Yeah, that's kind of interesting to throw in there. The bancoto, or the band. Yeah, that's interesting. So that looks like that's in the original one. So let's look at the cabinet, like a cabinet organ. So it's like an older type of organ here. Let's check it out. Almost like the pedals, because I see the pedals there. So this has the cabinet closed. Let's open the cabinet up a little bit, and let's add a little bit more. And I'm using my expression pedal a little bit to kind of get so you can I can picture that in just a very small chapel in the mountains somewhere, Kovaco. So this is like a nice big open-bodied guitar. Well, maybe not as big as what I thought. It almost is like a ukulele, or a mid-sized to small. Yeah, very nice. Very nice. So this is like a harp. The way, I guess, the way that they play. Yeah, more of a plucked. And then it looks like we have something, again, something special here. With the rhythms. Here we go. We've got some neat phrases here. So same thing applies. You have major chords and minor chords. Okay. So the keys just changed. Yeah, so different. Yeah, cool. And you have a mono version and a stereo version. So let's just take a listen to that. Sometimes mono will fit in a mix better than stereo because it won't take up as much as the stereo field. Okay. Okay, cool. And the dulcimer. This is dulcimer here. And velocity will bring that nice sharp attack. Now let's check out the key switches here. Yeah. Yeah, just some runs. Yeah, so you get that key switch. Yeah, there's nothing like getting a hands-on for sure. Okay, so these are some recorders. Oh, wow. Oh. That's nice. You've got different, you got tenor and the bass. Yeah, so the glissando. So you've got the whole list of all the different types of recorders there. And this is new to W Suite 2, World Suite 2. Let's just check the accordion. And we're gonna, this might have to continue some, I don't know, we'll yeah, you got different registers. Let's see. That's a lot of fun. That's a lot of fun. My apologies to accordion players everywhere. It's fun, especially my friend Wayne. He loves. He's a great accordion player. So this is a psalter. So a psalter is bowed, and so in the Psalms, it's interesting. So in the Psalms, it talks about the psaltery and the harp. So I'm thinking that this is exactly what they're talking about. It's a very unusual and bowed character. Very cool. So that's a psalter. Now let's just pull up the organ. Okay, so this is kind of cool. This is the Gothenburg organ, and you have different stops here. So let's just play one of these. And again, it sounds similar to the chapel organ. Okay, clarinet. Just different stops. Yeah. So it's amazing. You've got different combinations of these. So you can get into some really nice, intimate types of settings here. Okay, so this is a table piano. Okay, so, that's okay. So let's just see. Let's just go back to that. Let's pull up the Small and Pretty. Let's put it in a cathedral. Let's go to this other. Yeah, that gives it some nice space. Yeah. What magic a little reverb can add, because it puts you in a space. It puts you in a space. Beautiful. Okay, so let's just let's go to South America at the guitarron. Oh yeah. That is just a full-bodied. That's kind of cool. So we've got an alternate mic setting there. Yeah, you hear it. Did you hear it open up? Wow, we've been at this a while. It takes a long time to go around the world. Very nice. I like that. That's very nice. So this is doubled. So it sounds a little chorused. Let's just check out the... Yeah, a little different sustains there. Very full. Again, very rich and full sound. So this is a recorder, but it's like, it's got keys. Oh. So it's a keyboard recorder. So it triggers the, it triggers those sounds using the keyboard. So this is a Mexican Vihela. So another nice guitar. Accidentally hit those key switches. So these are chords. So you get major chords here and minor chords when you go up this. Yeah, that's nice. That gives you some different things to play around with. Okay, we got a Peru flute. Switches here. Okay, yeah, so that's cool. So let's just go, someone mentioned the charango, and let's just listen to that. And I'm gonna just pull that up again. Okay, yeah. So this is just the basic charango here. So it seems like it's in a high range. I'm going to check the other. Okay, so these are. So you've got chords, the charango chords, major and minor. And they're spread across the keyboard here. So this is the... Yeah. Yeah, it's sometimes it gets a little confusing when when you're seeing you've got a conflict. You're thinking of a country and you're thinking of an instrument from another country, and they kind of collide. Let me just kind of play with something I was doing earlier. So you know, if you saw that my gypsy guitar clip, I really love those guitars, and so I just found this is new. Again, this is a new rhythm that they introduced in World Suite 2. So you have different playing styles. The flamenco. So what I did, I just went ahead and laid something down, and yeah, let's see. And I'm going to pull up this, and I'm just going to play this. I just recorded just a little. Yeah, so let's just take a listen and just kind of have some fun with this. I just laid down some chords using the rhythm, and then we're just going to play over top with. And I think this is from the, yeah, the Spanish and Gypsy. So let's just go to the, yeah, let's do this. So here we go. Let's see what happens here. Now the chords are going to be coming from the other one. Here we go. But listen to that. It's velocity switched. Man, I just love it, and I just get so overwhelmed with some of these. It's just amazing. So now this is the Django. Man, there's just some beautiful beautiful textures here. Beautiful. Okay, you know, let's go to the West Indies just to kind of go through some more of these. So these are more pan drums and yeah, really cool. So these are so just imagine that your instruments were made from oil drums and anything that you could pick up. Yeah, so this is like a pan drum. You've got all kinds of different interesting resonances going on. Wow, very cool. And you've got some different controls over envelopes, like the, let's see what the key switches are. Let's see. Yeah, some rolls and So what I'm finding is that they're giving you in these instruments just different ways that you can play these articulation. Just richness in the way they recorded these. They just were recorded so very well. So here is ukulele. This is a brand new instrument here. Yeah, that's got a really cool sound to it. And you've got the harp. So it's just how they played these. Very nice. Okay, so let's just see. I hate to leave, but you know, you've got tons of loops and phrases that you can that are stretched across the keyboard, and just so much here, so much content, so much content. Then you have the travelers. The South American traveler is interesting. Let's just kind of take a look at that. Just performances. Yeah, just so cool. And just ways to get you started. Just ways to get you started with some ideas. And West Indies traveler. Hey, yeah. Oh, yeah. Yeah, so that's where we're gonna wind up here is the is the vocals, because that's pretty incredible. So you've got some, oh wow. Like the Mongolian. Yeah, and when you have these selected, it just maps it across the keyboard. Yeah, so they've got it all grouped in here. So you've got some and of course, you've got to keep it in the range. Yeah, now these are new, and these are the World Suite 2. Okay, now the polyphonic. Yeah, so you've got them singing chords. Yeah, that's really interesting. Okay, so let's see here. The vocal traveler. Now, what this does, this takes 5 different vocal parts and maps them across the keyboard. So it breaks them down into drones, voice A, B, C, and D. So let's just try the yeah. Okay, so you can get some drones. Yeah, and you can hit the dice and change some things. Okay, so Mood of Africa. Let's see what that's. Yeah, some very unusual, but just real captured performances here. Oh, wow. So they got the drones up here. Yeah. So there's just so much world of voices. Yeah, it's just learning and immersing yourself into so many different cultures and different instruments here. So I'm going to kind of start. I'm going to end where I began, and that is with the gypsy guitar, because it was the first thing that kind of just grabbed my interest here. And I'm going to see something. Yeah, let's just bring it back here. Okay. Yes. The gypsy jazz guitar. Yeah. Let's just see here. I'm going to do this. I'm going to it just takes you to some interesting places. Okay. Wow. So I want to thank everybody for joining me, and this has been just a wild ride for sure. But what a beautiful ride. What a beautiful ride. And what a wonderful way to experience instruments from all over the world that that most of us would never experience, except it would be through the being transported through these libraries. And I just want to thank UVI for actually supplying me a copy of World Suite 2. Just thank you so much. Thanks to all of you for watching today and for all the support. There's all the links are going to be in the description below. There's all kinds of ways that you can help support the channel. And if you have any questions and feedback, we're just just loving bringing this to you. So just leave them down in the comments below. And thanks for all of the support, and look forward to seeing you next time real soon. So thank you so much.